Hello Pisces! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. Where's your thing? There you go. Website is usgamesinc.com. Gendron Tarot, Melanie Gendron. Okay. Support of Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. You can see their full names there. There's a website that I noticed on the back here, shewhoisart.com. A couple other ones there too, so if you're interested in checking any of those out, feel free to freeze frame and search them out at your whim. What do we have for Pisces? Okay. I have to remember to get all the cards out before... Oh, I like this. Why do I like that? I don't know. I like this, though. Yeah, there's good. Something good is here. Dealing with something that needs to be dealt with. There might be a money connection to this with that Queen of Pentacles. I feel like something might be going on with money. Maybe. Yeah. It's very... This is so weird how this is coming out. Should we go to that first? Yeah, there might be money going your way. We're getting the Devil card. Hello, welcome to my brain. There's a bond with this Devil energy. Okay, and it's leading to the Ten of Swords and prosperity. Now, sometimes the Devil energy, to me, talks about responsibilities that must be done. It's kind of like, technically, could you fall and just fail on them? You could, but it's kind of like, you know, not paying your house payment. It's kind of like, if you fail on that, that's going to have quite the repercussion. So it's kind of like, which way do you want the Devil to come in? Either you pay for what you need to pay for, or do you end up getting evicted? That type of thing. So it's kind of like one of these things coming in where there's a lot of prosperity, but there's a lot of like, I almost want to say restriction, and like this has to be done this way and that way and at this time, and this has to be done like that. If you don't, repercussions. So it's kind of like either I'm held down by the restraints or the rules, or I'm held down by failing the rules, the repercussions for failing the rules. It's killing me that I like the Ten of Swords. I'm saying this as a Pisces, but I'm like, I feel like it's just kind of like there's something transitioning here, because you got a transition card, which is normally the death card in a lot of tarot. Something is changing. There's a big change. You're prospering. There might be a monetary value, but emotionally this might feel uncomfortable. I'm feeling a numbness too. I'm saying this as a Pisces. And not everybody does this. Pisces does it. I think other water signs do it. I think it's mostly a water sign thing. So you might not have water in your chart. I don't know. Whoever, I feel like this is a water sign thing, especially Pisces. If we get overloaded and it's just too much, we emotionally shut off and we just get through it. It seems to me that that's a Pisces survival mechanism. Kind of like, uh-oh, too much, can't handle it, shut down. And just, it's like your emotional side just shuts off and you just get through what you need to get through. And people might give you, or I shouldn't say give you, have the opinion that you are a little cold. And it's not that you're cold, it's just that this is what you need to do to get through this moment. I'm saying that as a Pisces. So it's kind of like feeling weird, like there's a transition going on here. I feel like there's money coming in or something advantageous. Could be work related where, you know, you're moving ahead and somebody else did something or somebody else lost something, but it's creating a situation where you're moving ahead. There could be some kind of contrary energy here. I don't have the Moon card, which is typically the Pisces card, but I do have this card. The reason I'm even mentioning the Moon card is because this is the opposite. This is Virgo. This is the Hermit. It's Earth energy. It's not bad. But this could be something where somebody else or some other situation might be contesting what you're getting or complaining about what you're getting, as if you don't have the rights to have what you're ending up with. There could be some type of challenge here. I also feel like this challenger will fail if that's the case, just to be fair. Because there might be some type of conflict with somebody else, with whatever's transitioning, whatever's changing. You're moving ahead, you're making out on it, you're not feeling good about like what you lost, but it's kind of like I don't really have a choice. And somebody else might challenge that, but they're also gonna fail, is what I'm getting. Yeah, because you got the Empress on your side, and you got Victory on your side. There's this weird energy of like this mixed bag of people. I know it's a general reading, but I feel like there's a mixed bag of people. Some people, like, there's people arguing that you shouldn't get. There's other people arguing like, no, the Pisces definitely should have. There's other people who are like, in the sense of like when I go, it's kind of like it depends in the moment what they kind of agree with and what they don't agree with. They might be aware of the floundering energy, kind of like, oh, I heard that, I agree with that. No, Pisces shouldn't have it. Oh, I heard that, I agree with that. No, yeah, I guess Pisces should have it. Wait, that? Wait, that? And they just might flounder back and forth. Be aware of that energy. That could be the most destructive for you emotionally. Step back from those who you don't really trust. Not in the sense of like you're annexing's bringing in. Not like you're omitting them from your life, but in the sense of like just step back from them for now. Let them sort out their own problems and their own feelings. It's just, I feel like there's people around this situation who have opinions that it's really not a place for people to have opinions. How do I explain this? This is kind of like when you talk about somebody's weight. That's their business. If they want to talk to you and ask questions, or that's their business to start that. That's not your business to comment on. You know what I mean? This is kind of how this feels. It's kind of like, you handle it the way you need to handle it, but people might be putting comments in where they really don't, it's really not their place to be making such comments. And it is Pisces energy goes, and I'm saying this as a Pisces, just to be fair, we can get kind of like off track a little bit, or sometimes step away, or not realize that we're letting somebody have an opinion who shouldn't have an opinion, or listening to an opinion, or soaking in an opinion that we really shouldn't, because we get pulled into things. Just be aware of that. Let that not... there's something else with it. All right, a little bit more. I'm like already annoyed. I'm like, I don't know what else. They're not thinking about what they're saying. And they're like trying to rip apart your past or somebody else's past. They're trying to create this narrative as to understand... How to explain this? It's like they're trying to understand where things are going, and they're trying to create a narrative to either support or go against whatever's happening, but it's kind of like trying to create what a story's about based on the cliff notes. It's kind of like you don't know exactly how the story went out. You just got the gist of it. You don't know how everything is gone. Like, somebody's really putting their opinion in, and it's kind of like I'm going to say it's invalid. I don't think it's their place to comment. They know some things, but not enough to be saying what they're saying. It's not their place, and it's better to let other people handle that. As a Pisces, we can go cold. This is a moment where they're saying it's okay to go cold. You don't need to be playing into that. You don't need to justify or validate anything, their opinion or your opinion. You don't need to no. Let them deal with their own ridiculousness. There's other energy around you who might be more protective. It's funny because I'm a Pisces, like I've said 5,000 times so far this time. But I get along with Aries energy. This doesn't have to mean an Aries is coming in, but this is somebody who's coming forward with the truth. And I feel like they're more aligned with what you need. This person, when I see them kind of backing you up, it could be a legal person saying, no, this is what's correct. Doesn't mean they have emotional connection to you or emotional ties to you, but they're like, no, this is how this is, and this is how this goes, and Pisces gets this. So I feel like they're backing you up. It could be somebody like that. Could be a relative who just looks out for you and kind of like, leave the Pisces alone or I'll get you. I had another word coming through, but I kind of edited it out because it sounded a little harsh. Could be a strong energy who's protective of you, who just kind of comes up out of the side, kind of like, you better leave the Pisces alone. I'm getting the energy. Sometimes that's uncomfortable and they don't realize that. It just might kind of pull up from the side and be like, hey, back off. And it's to your favor, but it's trying to get somebody else to back off, it could create a bigger conflict for a moment. You don't have to play into that either. Let them do what they want to do. Let them say what they want to say. I mean, don't leave them high and dry, obviously, but just kind of like, you don't have to play the game. You can just kind of like, you know, they want to say what they want to say. Let them say what they want to say. Realize they're on your side, but you don't have to engage in the situation. That might come in out of nowhere. I just feel like that might just come in out of nowhere. Kind of like, oh, okay. It's not against you, but it's uncomfortable is what I'm getting. Because that's where I feel this coming in. Eight of Swords, kind of like what you're getting you deserve, but there's a weird energy around it. You're getting some good things. Prosperity is here. The Sun card is here. Queen of Pentacles. This card, I think this is one of the most beautiful cards in that deck. Happiness, like it's a really pretty card in my opinion. A lot of good things. You're trapped in your happiness. That's interesting. It could be a guilt thing. I say this as a Pisces, and I'm rolling my eyes because I am a Pisces, and I've done this, where you feel bad for getting something that it's not bad for you to have, but other people are conflicted about it and causing issue, but then you have these bad feelings about something you deserve. What I do is, I love Paul McKenna, British author, How to Mend Your Broken Heart. I just deconstruct that bullcrap. I do. That's how I get through it, because I feel like, and I think it's a Pisces thing, I really do. We get caught up in the more you don't want to think about something, the more you think about it. And it's just so obnoxious. You just can't. Like, I'm not going to think about that. Boom, 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 boom. It just keeps coming in. You lay down to sleep, and all of a sudden you're dreaming about it. And you're like, for the love of Pete. You can't get away from it. That's how I get away from it. That's how I shut it down. Just to be fair, those exercises in that book, very helpful. How long is this going to last here with this? And maybe, it's really good. The Sun card is showing up twice for you. You got the Sun card here, and you got the Sun card in the dice, the 19. It could end up lasting for about, it's subjective. Minimum 5 months, longest a year and a half. Where people are just giving you a hard time about this. I know it's a general read, so like I feel like somebody's highlighting that, like, general read. This is a general read, so there's a lot of different people here. Anywhere at least 5 months. I'd say at least this weird energy is going to last for at least 5 months. It shouldn't last any longer than a year and a half. Of course, it's a general. You know, take it with a grain of salt. But that's why I'm kind of like pushing that Paul McKenna energy. Don't let 5 months. Oh my God, 5 months is bad enough if you. But can you imagine a year and a half? Oh, no. Can't be doing something that you should be happy about. Something that you should have joy about. You could end up in this emotional taffy. It's just like, you know how they pull and wrap taffy and pull it and wrap it. I feel like that's where my emotions would be. I feel like I've done this before, where your emotions are just pulled and wrapped and pulled and wrapped, and you're just like, I feel like I'm not. And you shouldn't feel bad. Be aware of it. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. That's the best thing I can say is the Paul McKenna thing. I feel like there is support around you, but there's just conflicting energy here back and forth. Something that should be really good. There's also another energy here where you're missing something, or something got changed. It could be the loss that creates the prosperity is really hard for you to move emotionally accept and move through. That Paul McKenna thing is actually good for that too. It won't get rid of it, but it's kind of like the way I explain it is like looking at a field, like an acre field, and maybe there's 5 nickels out there you got to find. Those 5 nickels representing the emotions you got to get through. This book is like the metal detector, helping you find them quicker, and then picking them up and dusting them off, cleaning them off, and putting them where they need to go. You still have to do the work to do it, but it's better than like just wading through the field and just things slowly showing up when they're ready to show up. You can kind of go towards it, process it through, and move it on. Kind of like, I want to get through it, so how do I find it? Let me find these so I can get on and move on with my life. Yeah. Feel good about it. Feel good about it. That's what I keep getting. Try your best to feel good about it, because this is something that I feel like there's no, like, feeling bad about it is not helping anything. There's no need for you to feel bad about it. There's no, like, there's no reason it's like the universe saying you have permission. Like if you need somebody to give you permission, you totally have permission to feel good. There's no reason you should feel bad. Other people have their attitudes, and that's their problem. You should not feel bad. There's no legitimate reason for you to feel bad. You might have to grieve something. You might have to process an emotion. That's healthy. That's great. But some people, I just feel like there's this thing where, oh, I shouldn't feel good about that, or I feel guilty about feeling good about that. There's no reason to not feel good. Processing grief is one thing. You have to do that. You have to do what you have to do, and that's how you have to do it, and however you have to do it, you have to do it. But just kind of like feeling guilty about prospering on something, that's where they're saying that you don't, there's no reason, like you shouldn't feel bad about things going well. Processing grief is one thing, but like if you're having this weird, like, you know, do I really deserve this, or just feeling bad about how something happened, I feel like has nothing to do with any fault of yours. You have every permission in the world to feel good. There's no reason you shouldn't feel good. Like you shouldn't, like you're not obligated to feel bad about something you should feel good about. I don't know if that's coming across right. Like grieving is its own thing, and you got to grieve the way you got to grieve. But like if you keep coming back, like for example, that person lost their job, so I got this promotion, and you just keep feeling guilty, like I feel bad for them. I feel bad that happened to them. I feel guilty that I have this promotion. I feel guilty that I have this job and they don't have this job anymore. That we don't need. That's not helping anybody. That's not necessary. That's what the universe is saying. You have your permission to be happy. Be happy and thankful that you have it. It's not your fault. Whatever else happened, it's not your business. Let that go. Feeling bad that somebody had something bad happen to them and you're grieving, like, I wish they were still around. I really liked them. I wish I was still hanging out and going to lunch with them. That makes sense. You have to grieve that and let that go in your own time, on your own terms, but it's still nothing for you to feel bad about. It's just saying, addressing that and processing that is one thing, but kind of like, oh, you know, the fact that they're not here and I feel guilty. That's not helping things, if that makes sense. You have permission to let that go and feel proud for what you do have. Not that you should have to have that permission, but some people just, it makes them feel better to have that permission. So that's what that's there for. If I can spit it out. All right. Anything else? All right. I'm gonna shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.